Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to opening night for 1992 Ashland Clockers football. Paul and Bob along with you for the fourth season, bringing you all the exciting action from Walker Field here at Ashland High School. At the middle of the field, as you can see, the co-captains of the Ashland Clockers and the Green Wave of Hudson Catholic are meeting for the traditional coin toss, and we'll be underway in just a few moments. As you can see, Hudson Catholic has won the toss. They're going to take the ball. They're going to be going from our right to our left to start this game on a sticky night in September, unseasonably warm. The humidity is hanging over the field, and I would say that this is going to be a test of endurance on the part of both of these clubs to see how well prepared, how much preparation they might have done in the summer heat, which has not yet abated.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor America. The national anthem will be played tonight by Ashland High School sophomore Mike Conte.
Shades of Woodstock in 1992.
Reincarnated as Mike Conte. Let's play football. That was pretty good. Does that sound like Hendrix? In his second year as head coach of the Clockers is Kevin Maines, and he will be assisted by Dennis Tarr, Dave DiGirolamo, Dennis Nally, and Nathan Elia.
So we're about set for the opening kickoff, as Hudson Catholic will take the kick.
Julie Seletnik.
As the last-minute preparations now underway.
And the rest of the staff includes Bonnie Bettinger, Amy Conley.
And I missed it. Evidently they're kicking off. I beg your pardon. Okay.
Lindsay Cameron, Brendan.
It was their lucky coin. That's Chris Ivey, number 20, who has teed the ball up, so he'll be kicking off to start this season. Back deep for the Clockers, number 23, Jeff Silvetti, and a newcomer, number 45, Kevin Hatcher. And everybody says, watch out for this kid, 45, Kevin Hatcher. And let's see. Ivy to kick, comes forward, he boots it away. It's going to come down in Silvetti's direction. He picks the ball up at the 20-yard line, and he's off across the 30, across the 35, out to the 40-yard line. Comes Jeff Silvetti with the opening kickoff, and the Clockers will put it in play from that point.
You're going to have to have one off the side of your ear in order to hear him, because that won't go through because these aren't connected, okay?
Paul, the Clockers are coming off a 3-8 season. They had home wins against Millis, their only league win, and wins over Marion and Keefe Tech.
First snap coming to sophomore quarterback number 12, Greg Carey. And he hands it off to Silvetti with a gaping hole to the outside, to midfield, to the 40-yard line, to the 30, the 25, the 20, and he's gone! Touchdown, Jeff Silvetti!
18 seconds into the season. Silvetti takes it 70 yards. I was talking to Coach Baines before the game. He told me Silvetti is faster than Maloney, maybe the fastest in the league.
You know, I wanted to say that just then when I saw him hauling down the field because he sure looked that quick. Hate to compare anybody to Jamie Maloney in terms of speed, but boy, he turned on those jets. Now Brian Blogensteiner will attempt the conversion, and the kick is up, and it looks good, and it is. And with 18 seconds gone in the contest, Clockers on top, 7-0.
Lightning strikes at WACA Field.
Well, nothing makes you feel better than that, especially on the first play of the season. First play of the season. And Jeff Silvetti carries 70 yards for a touchdown.
For Greg Carey, that was his first handoff as the starting varsity quarterback. He quarterbacked the JV team last year. Quite an exciting start to the season.
I've seen worse.
Last year, the Clockers opened against Marion and had a very exciting come-from-behind win. Hudson Catholic coming off a 1-9 season.
Hudson Catholic, of course, picked up on the Ashland schedule this year in place of Weston. And in a sense, I'll tell you, I miss not seeing the Weston all-everything Cy Butler not perform in his senior year because he was a super player to watch.
It's hard to even imagine, but that kid accounted for 40 touchdowns last year.
Unbelievable. Well, we saw him out here. You know what he did.
And they're only playing 10 games this year. They played 11 because of the way Labor Day worked out in the school year. They were allowed to play 11, but they're only allowed to play 10 this year. Marion is also not on the schedule this year because
Joe LaLiberty and Chris Ivey back deep to take the kick from Brian Blogensteiner. He gets away a line drive. It comes down to Ivey at the 20, the 25, the 30, trying to set up a blocking wall. He's loose. He's going to break one too unless Blogensteiner got him. Blogensteiner, the last man with a shot, and he took him down at the 40-yard line. But it was number 20, Chris Ivey. He almost did it back to Ashland as he was just one man away from breaking it for a touchdown.
Chris Ivey is the captain of the Green Wave, as they are known.
Ivey's listed in there at 6'2", and you can see he's a big kid. They say 190. He looks a little bit bigger than that, but of course everybody does with the pads on. But he's a tall kid, and he can move just straight ahead, head down runner, and he motored up the field himself. So the Green Wave comes out. It's number 14, Joe LaLiberty, at quarterback, calling signals. 3 men in the backfield along with him. Let's see what they do. And instantly, I believe it's going to go against Hudson Catholic, as I think, was it the right guard who jumped? Somebody missed. They missed the signal count. And in any event, it's going to be called as illegal procedure, so they'll back it up. And it'll be first down once more, but 15 yards to go.
Let's take an opportunity to set the Clocker defense for you. Up front, it's Brad Mantle, 71, Chris Small, 66, Tony Frisori, 55, and Adam Van Beek, the co-captain, number 85.
The Liberty with it, and he hands it off instantly to Chris Ivey, and he goes just about nowhere. Let's see as they untangle. I don't think he got anything.
Clockers expect to be a little stronger on defense this year. They have a lot of returning players. The linebackers are Craig Pandolfi, Tim McLaughlin, the co-captain, Keen Shaughnessy, and Brian Blogensteiner. The defensive backs are Silvetti, Hatcher, and Sudmeyer.
Out they come again, 2nd and 15 to go. Same set in the backfield. This is number 80 coming to the wide side. That's Dave Scarron. 21 in motion is Marco Parenti. Handoff again inside to Ivey, and he might have picked up a yard. That's about it. Barely picked up a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and long. Obvious passing situation. Let's see what they do.
I spoke with the coach of Hudson Catholic before the game. He says they want to do some passing tonight. So this will give him an opportunity. Brian McNulty, number 84, is their tight end, and Brian McKee, number 42, is their split end.
McKee just came into the game replacing Scarron. Now he's out here on the left side, wide, with 3 men still set in the backfield. Behind the quarterback, LaLiberty calling signals, fakes the handoff, throws it out deep, launches it out there, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Play was made out there by number 45, Kevin Hatcher. And I believe the ball was intended for Brian McNulty, as it was just lofted out there in a situation where McNulty was expected to run under, and he just about got there, but Hatcher knocked it away at the very last minute. And there's a flag down. Let's see.
He was taller than the defensive back, and even though the ball was just thrown up there for grabs, he almost came down with it on a tip.
It almost seemed to me that paying attention to his height, that's exactly what they wanted to do, because he was taller than anyone else back in coverage. Holding's the call against Hudson Catholic. They're going to say no, so it'll be 4th down coming up. 7:48 to go here in the first quarter. Ashland with a fast lead on the first play from scrimmage. It's 7-0.
That's got to be a big boost for the Clockers. They scrimmaged Marion last week, Paul. I saw a little of it, and they showed a lot of fire, particularly on defense. And they seem up for this game. Green wave in deep punt formation.
This is Ivy, I guess. It looks like Ivy back to kick it away. Not a bad snap. Steps into the ball, gets away a good punt. Backing up Jeff Silvetti. Silvetti drops the ball, and he falls on it. Wisely fell on the ball, but down deep in his own territory. They're going to spot that somewhere around the 8-yard line, and Ashland is going to take over from that point.
Back inside the Ashland 10. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Clockers.
Ivy is the main force of the Green Wave.
Seems to be Mr. All Everything. I noticed, by the way, there are chalk numerals on the field marking the lines this year.
It's going to give us
a neat addition.
It's going to give us a little better chance.
Yes, sir. Another newcomer, Jeff Sudmeyer, number 11, split out on the left side as Carey calls signals. And the handoff comes inside. Let's see, was it, it was Blogensteiner, and a flag is thrown late. Personal foul called against the Green Wave, so that's going to cost them a late hit or what have you. And they're going to walk off 15 from the spot. So the play carried for about 3 yards, and now they tack on another 15. So Ashland is going to be coming from their own 26-yard line, 27-yard line maybe. In any case, Hudson Catholic has called a timeout. They want to talk about this.
Typical in almost every high school game. The referees want to establish control of the game very early, and they want to let the players on both sides know that they're not going to be letting anything go.
No.
It's their way of dampening some of the enthusiasm, so no unnecessary roughness.
Spirit doesn't overcome rules, and that's why the officials are there, in order to enforce them.
And penalties like this pay dividends later on in the game when things settle down and the early enthusiasm dies down. Coach Kevin Maines in his 2nd year.
Now again, Sudmeyer is going to the left side. Silvetti is out there with him in the slot, so he's a potential receiver. And set up in the backfield is Kevin Hatcher, number 45. And let's see, flags and whistles. Somebody moved. I can't say that I saw it. Illegal procedures, the call against Ashland. So they'll take 5. So it'll be 1st down and 15.
This time goes against the Clockers.
A little bit of rough around the edges in the first game. Coach Kevin Maines sends his plays in through the the backs. And now you'll see Hatcher coming out. And number 21.
That's Todd Asenko.
He brings in the play. Pandolfi sits down.
Appears to be the same formation, except that Asenko is in the backfield along with Blogensteiner as the setbacks. And the handoff comes to Asenko, and he's going to go nowhere. as Hudson Catholic sniffed that one out very well, and they wrapped him up maybe after a loss of about a yard. The way it looks, they're backing the yard marker off, so it'll be 2nd down and 16 or 17 yards to go.
Ashland lines up in front with Frazori, Chris Small, John Savage, Tim McLaughlin, and Keen Shaughnessy, the front line.
This time Silvetti is wide out on the right side. Sudmeyer wide on the left side. Carey hands it off. This is Hatcher. Look at him go. He's tripped up at the ankles. Wow, we had a big hole out there, and I believe that it was Tim Haviland who dove after him and got a hand in there and got him at the ankle and knocked him down.
Haviland is the standout on defense for the Hudson Catholic Green Wave.
Number 64 is Haviland. Okay, so Hatcher picks up about 5. It'll still be 3rd down and maybe 11 or 12 to go.
Hatcher listed at 6'1", 175, a junior. New player this year for the Clockers, and they're going to take a timeout and talk. 5 timeouts each half for each team in high school football, so there's plenty of time to chat about things. I asked Coach Kevin Maines what his goal was this year, and his goal is to win every single game.
Not bad. Is it doable? Well, rumor has it that in the Tri-Valley League, it's a league up for grabs, as there is no standout team, as I understand it.
At the favorites, from what I can gather, the co-favorites are Millis, who only won 1 game last year when they upset Midway on Thanksgiving Day. And the other co-favorite is Bellingham, which has 10 players who weigh over 220 pounds.
Wow.
So they're a big team. Of course, the coach...
Are those the linemen, though?
Of course, the coach says we're slow.
Yeah, that's true. You would be, I guess.
But, you know, a lot of these coaches, you want to keep expectations low, you know. They have a powerful team, but we'll be seeing them later on here at Walker Field.
Again, somebody missed the signal count. May have been the center, as both Adam Van Beek and Jeff Silvetti were off and running.
Silvetti was deep into his pattern, and the ball hadn't been snapped.
He was looking for the ball already. So that'll cost 5 more, so back we go to 3rd, and again, about 17 to go.
Looks like they'll be using Silvetti as a wide receiver again here on 3rd down.
Let's see if they run from the same pattern, the same formation, as they do indeed send Silvetti out to the left side. And Sudmeyer to the right. Carey with the ball. Carey back to throw. Has some time. Throws it out. Complete. It's Blockensteiner. Blockensteiner has the 1st down. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Pretty pass, pretty catch, pretty run. So that play carried for about 21 yards, 22. And 1st down Clockers is the word.
Blockensteiner, one of the most versatile players the Clockers have. He's now a junior, and in his 4 years on the varsity, he's played quarterback, halfback, linebacker, defensive back. He can play just about anywhere. He does the place kicking. He's doing the kickoffs now.
He has been one of the real fun players to watch developing over the past few seasons.
Each year the Clockers seem to rely on him more and more.
Ricky Porter, number 32, wide on the right side. Let's see what they do. The handoff this time is inside to Pandolfi, and he picks up 1-2 tough yards, and he's tackled out there. And let's see, we saw Marco Parenti, number 21, in on that tackle. So a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The clock is running. We're under 6 minutes. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. Ashland with a 7-0 lead, but they're on the march.
Pandolfi, also a junior, who's seen a lot of action over the last 3 or 4 years. He's also played quarterback, running back, defensive back. Very versatile.
Carey, the pitch, back to Silvetti, trying to turn the corner, gets a block, turns the corner, turns it upfield, and he's tripped up as he crosses midfield, and he's going to be pretty close to the 1st down marker. Let's see what they do. Yes, indeed. Referee Bob Laporte signals 1st down, Ashland.
Game is about 9 on the play. Good for a first down inside.
There was a comeback block on that play. I didn't see who threw it, but I'll tell you, I half expected to see a flag when the defender went down because it was a bone crusher. And I didn't see who threw it. I wish I had. Just as Silvetti got to the corner and turned upfield, there was a blocker there, and bang, took his guy down.
Silvetti takes a rest.
Inside handoff again to Blogensteiner, and this play goes about nowhere. Let's see. Gain of not even a yard, so it'll be second down, and let's call it 9.
Second 10.
Silvetti with a lot of experience at receiver. He was a receiver last year when Merloni was in the backfield, and now he's doing both this year. They split him out again.
He's out there in the slot. Sudmeyer is beyond him. The wide out on the left. Carey with the ball. Back to throw, throws it out, intended for Silvetti. He was bumped. Now that looked so much like interference, I thought. Wow, that was close.
I think
that was close.
I think the referee gave the defender the benefit of the doubt.
I'll say.
Because the defender almost held up and tried to time his hit exactly as the ball arrived, which is the best play you can make if you're a pass defender.
Silvetti got open and just curled back, and the ball was there, and he took the hit, which jarred the ball loose, but it was perilously close to being an interference.
Carey delivered it right on the money, just a little late.
Okay, 3rd and 9, passing down. Carey back to throw, has some time, throws it out. It's incomplete. Intended for Jeff Silvetti. That one was overthrown. Silvetti was down around the 35-yard line. So it'll be 4th down, and a punting situation coming up.
I would guess Blogensteiner will be doing the punting. No, no, it's Adam Van Beek.
It's Adam Van Beek. This is Chris Ivey back deep. The snap, the kick, boomed out of there by Van Beek. A nice hanger. Let's see what they do. And it was taken in. Let's see. It was taken in down there. Was it Shea Donovan? Didn't see the number for a second. Let's see. But he was hit instantly.
14.
It was, I beg your pardon, it was Joe LaLiberty, the quarterback, who caught the ball. Now there's a flag.
It's against Ashland.
It's against Ashland. Was it a late hit?
I don't know if he called a fair catch or not, Paul.
Well, I didn't see his arm up, I'll tell you. If he called a fair catch, he did it late.
Looks like they're going to be marking off at least, oh, it looks like 15.
Nope.
Wow. Adam Van Beek's first career punt is a good one.
Wasn't a bad kick.
Very high, that's what you want.
I have to say, if he called a fair catch, I didn't see it.
Coach Maines doesn't agree with the call.
No, he's saying I didn't see it either. I mean, he's saying, what the heck did they do? And I think with good reason. But in any event, Hudson Catholic takes over, and LaLiberty will call signals once again. Marco Parente in motion.
Loose football.
The ball came loose on the snap, and I guess it looks as if LaLiberty fell on it. So they retained possession, but there was a loss of a couple, so it'll be 2nd and 12.
I don't know if that was a handoff or what. Shea Donovan ended up with the ball, number 44. But it didn't seem like the quarterback ever actually took the snap. Clark is playing a 4-4-3 defense this year, Paul. 4 linemen, 4 linebackers, and 3 defensive backs.
Clockers have a tremendous statistical edge, I'm sure, but they only have the 1 score to show for it, and that was on the very first play from scrimmage. Again, Parente in motion. Handoff and hit instantly! And breaking through was number 55, Tony Frizzori, as the handoff went to Chris Ivey, and he saw nothing but blue shirt.
Nice stick by Frizzori.
Loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 18 for the Green Wave.
Tony Frizzori, a 6'1", 200-pound junior.
Boy, it looked like nobody touched him on the way through either.
Nice clean hit, nice clean sack in the backfield.
So it'll be third and about 18 yards to go. The old obvious passing situation. Let's see what they do.
McNulty or McKee or somebody out of the backfield.
The Liberty, and it's an option to Ivy, and he's tripped up from behind. And it was
Pandolfi.
Pandolfi who hauled him down.
Craig Pandolfi, big play.
Pandolfi on the tackle.
Another loss of about 2, so it'll be fourth down and almost 20, give or take. And we would expect a punt.
Ashland defense dominating the Hudson Catholic offense in the early going.
You have to believe those are missed assignments, because neither Frisori nor Pandolfi appeared to have a hand on him as he broke through, either one. Okay, Ivy to kick. A little breeze kicks up, and I believe it's at his back, so he may get some distance out of this. Handles a low snap, gets the ball away. It's going to sail down to Hatcher, number 45, at the 50, at the 40, and finally ridden out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. That was Kevin Hatcher, number 45.
One thing I like about this Kevin Hatcher, he gives the Clockers some size, both in the offensive backfield and in the defensive backfield.
Absolutely. Nothing like a big punishing back to take the starch out of the defense.
Greg Carey takes the play in himself as he comes onto the field. Be a big advantage to the Clockers. If Carey can just play quarterback instead of having to work on defense also. Here we go.
Handoff, Silvetti trying to sweep the right side, breaks a tackle, turns the corner, turns it upfield, makes a break. He's at the 30, driven out of bounds, just ahead of the 30-yard line. Beg your pardon, at the 20-yard line. Tough to follow the markers here, but they're going to spot it around the 22.
Dave Scarron has the tackle for Hudson Catholic, but not after Jeff Savelli.
Again, with that speed, he just
About an 18-yard gain.
With that speed, he just nearly walked by, the way it would appear, just walked by a couple of would-be tackles.
It didn't look like he was going to get anything, and then one block, and it's an 18-yard gain.
Right-o. Handoff to Pandolfi. Pandolfi turns it outside, and he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards before he's ridden to the turf. Nice run by Pandolfi. So it'll be second down and maybe 4.5 to go. Now the clock is running. We're down to 40 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Do you try the short pass here? Do you stay on the ground? Let's see what they do. Might be the first time to go to Jeff Sudmeyer. Let's see what they do.
I'd almost say cross everybody up and go for the end zone. We'll see. Handoff. This is Hatcher. Hatcher trying to turn it outside. Hatcher at the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Kevin Hatcher, touchdown! Well, they went for the end zone, but only in a different way.
Kevin Hatcher, his first career touchdown for Ashland.
Pretty run, wasn't it?
He knew what to do.
He sure did.
The Clockers have Hudson Catholic back on their heels. First quarter Lightning, 11 seconds left in the first quarter, 13-0 Ashland. And Blagensteiner, I guess, will try for one. He's been very steady with his place kicking. Had a field goal in the scrimmage against Marion last Friday night here. Also had an interception, I think, that he brought all the way back for a touchdown. Had a very good game. Oh, a little confusion here.
Okay, guys, got to have 11 people out there.
Chris Small gets in late. Snapback ball down.
And it's good. So the Clockers run the lead to 14-0 with 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Couldn't ask for a better start.
No. Well, the hometown Partisans, I can assure you, are enjoying this because I'm sure it's been a tremendously long time since Ashland had a 14-0 lead this early in the ball game.
Well, let's say the Clockers know what Hudson Catholic is feeling. They've been in this position many times the last 4 years. As I said, they were 3-8 last year with 1 league win. The year before, 2-8 with 2 league wins. The year before that, 9-1, no league wins. Clockers playing in the Tri-Valley League. They have since the early 70s. During that time, they've won 1 championship. 1977 team was league champion and went to the Super Bowl, losing to Hull.
You wonder if these guys have said, hey, let's take a lesson from last year's basketball team.
That's right.
You'd like to think so. In any case, they will kick it away. Number 14, Joe LaLiberty, and number 20, Chris Ivy, back deep for Hudson Catholic.
Ivy almost broke it last time.
And it's an onside kick, and I think they've got it. Let's see.
The blue is pointing that they have it, but the officials say it's Hudson Catholic's ball.
Was it Savage down on the bottom, 62?
I think it was.
I think it was. Whoever it was got there real quick, and I know he got a hand on the ball, but you know, footballs tend to flop around.
I don't think that was an onside kick. That ball was kicked very hard. It was supposed to be a hard line drive, and it accidentally hit a lineman, I think, which may be part of the play too.
Sure.
Triple I formation.
Handoff to, let's see who it is, number 6, that's Greg McNulty, and he breaks it for about 7 or 8, and that was, well, they've stopped the clock. There's 1 second left showing.
Hudson Catholic coach Rich Brissett wanted to see a new back, see if he could get something going in the offense, and the younger McNulty had a nice 7-yard gain.
Well, I find this confounding because they're calling at the end of the quarter, but there's a second left on the clock.
Was a timeout called?
Well, they moved the ball.
Okay, so what is that called? Close enough?
I guess. No,
well, the ball's definitely been moved. Very warm night for football. This is a first game of the season premiere of the other Monday Night Football. Games will be seen every Monday night at 8 o'clock on Ashland Cable 8, the replay that is.
So the clock has been reset as the second quarter is upon us. And the handoff this time, let's see, was it McNulty again, but he goes nowhere. In fact, he might have lost on that play as they unstack. It was indeed number 6, and that is Greg McNulty. And there's a player down for Hudson. And apparently it's one of the linemen. Can't see his number.
'61.
They say it's Greg McNulty.
Greg McNulty down.
Clocker's offense off to a good start, and it's been improving steadily over the years. You know, they scored 18 touchdowns last year. Year before they only had 11. Year before that they only had 10.
Well, I think hopefully that a new era in Ashland football began last year when Kevin Maines came along.
Maines was a quarterback in high school, defensive back when he played at AIC. And when he was an assistant coach in Milford, he coached quarterbacks and wide receivers. So I think he's an offensive-minded coach. But 18 touchdowns, that's almost double the previous year. They scored 9 by the pass, 8 by the run. And Jamie Maloney took a kickoff back for the other touchdown. That was on Thanksgiving Day against Hopkinton. That was the only time in Maloney's career he ever took a punt or a kickoff back for a touchdown. So it was a good way to end his career. Blogensteiner had 2 touchdowns last year. Silvetti had 4. Greg Carey 1. And Adam Van Beek 1 on that memorable fake punt when Frank Massaro faked the punt and threw a 65-yard touchdown pass to a streaking Adam Van Beek. That was a great game against Dover Sherburne last year. A high-scoring game that Dover Sherburne won.
As long as we've got a moment, as they're still tending to an injured player. I'd like to say hello to the cheerleading squad for Ashland High School. The coach is Julie Soletnik. And that was one of the interior linemen, incidentally. That's number 64, Tim Haviland, who was down. And we'll let you know about the cheerleaders in just a minute. Anyway, on we go. Now it's 3rd down and about 3 as that play lost. Lost about a yard.
Hudson Catholic can't afford to lose Haviland. He's their best defensive player.
Liberty on the count, and he falls, and the ball was loose. Let's see.
I think he pulled it back in.
No, he did not. Ashland pulled
ball.
it back in. It's going to be Clocker's ball.
Recovered by Chris Small.
The Clockers get the turnover.
Again, a couple of blue jerseys just walked on through.
Hudson Catholic's got to suck it up here or they're going to be in real trouble.
Absolutely.
They've got to stop the Clockers. A touchdown here. Awful tough to come back from 3 down.
And Ashland has terrific field position as they will start off from about the 47-yard line of Hudson Catholic. Out they come. Jeff Sudmeyer again out on the left. And the handoff inside to Silvetti, and he's wrapped up. On the play was number 32, Steve Mercury. The Mercury poured through there and wrapped him up pretty well. So that loses a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Clockers seem to have a lot of weapons on offense this year. It seems like they have 4 or 5 backs.
Well, they're trying them all out, too.
Yeah, everyone's getting to play.
Everybody's getting a piece of the ball, and a lot of different formations we've seen so far in this game. Handoff, Hatcher. Hatcher trying to turn left. Hatcher with a hole. Hatcher is finally hit, and he was slowed down, and now about 4 of the guys stomp on him. But Hatcher carried the ball to about the 40-yard line. We'll see where they set it.
Give him about 9 on that carry, Paul.
I believe it was Joe LaLiberty, number 14, who got to him first and was just clinging for dear life. He slowed him down, and then Hatcher was hit by about 4 other guys and tackled. But again, you pointed out the presence of a big, strong back makes a difference.
And also, if you pass the ball around, less likely to wear a player down.
Really. 3rd and a yard. Carey will throw. Has some time. Throws it out. It's complete. No! Van Beek dropped it. I thought he had it, but he dropped it.
It was a beautiful play and a nice call by Coach Maines. Van Beek was open. He just couldn't hold on. Well thrown ball by Carey.
And I presume they'll go. What do you think?
From the 40, yeah, they'll go.
They'll go.
Unless they want to pin him deep, because they've stopped Hudson Catholic cold. A punt would not be a bad thing. 8.5 minutes left in the first half. Ashland 14, Hudson Catholic nothing.
They're going to go. They send Silvetti wide on the right side. Carey hands it off. This is Pandolfi. Pandolfi with a lot of room. Pandolfi breaks a tackle and he rumbles forward and finally is taken down. Down at the 20-yard line.
Nice run by Craig Pandolfi. On a 4th and 1, he rambles about 20 yards. Big hole. Opened up by the Ashland front four. Fazori, Small, Savage, McLaughlin, and Keen Shaughnessy.
No, they spotted right at the 20. 1st and 10. Clock is running, 8 minutes to go here in the half. And the Clockers are on the move. Carey with the count. Carey with the option. Turns. Wants to look upfield. Turns it inside. He's going to take a hit. And let's see. He nevertheless picked up. Let's see what he picked up. He picked up 7. Just about.
Give him 7, Paul, yeah.
I'd call it 7.
Carey was a receiver last year. He was used a little bit. Had a touchdown against Bellingham. So he knows how to run with the ball. Coach Maines tells me they're going to be using some options this year. Option-style plays like that one.
You know, I have to ask, though, in a situation like this where you've got this game well in hand, why take a chance on having your quarterback messed up? You know, the option is fine if he pitches and he doesn't have to run and take the hit, but he took the hit that time. But in any event, they come out. It'll be 2nd down and about 3 yards to go. Carey with the count. Carey with the pitch. This time back to Silvetti coming to the left side. Can he turn the corner? Yes, he does. And he's hit and knocked out of bounds right around the 16-yard line.
Just Silvetti. Brought down by Chris Ivy.
I think the ball's on about the 11.
I beg your pardon. I missed by. Okay, it's about the 11-yard line.
It's going to be 3rd down.
We'll apologize early and often for this, but it's just very tough to pick up the yard markers from our low vantage point, but we'll do our best for you. But anyway, 3rd down and a couple as the ball is spotted, as Bob said, out around the 11 or 12-yard line. Carey with the count. Carey is going to go back to throw, and he's going to be hit.
Big play.
That was Brian McNulty, number 84, untouched. And he came through, and it was just a clean hit on Carey. A nice defensive play. So the sack cost them about 10. So we've got 4th and 12 coming up. Let's see, what are they going to do?
With a 14-0 lead, I think they got to put it in the end zone, Paul. Let's see. Maybe this is the time they go to Sudmeyer, or possibly Silvetti as a receiver. Yeah, there he goes.
I was hoping to see a field goal attempt, but we're not going to.
Maybe just a little too far.
Carries straight back. This time he has some time. He throws it out deep, and it's intended down there for, was it Silvetti? Yes, it was incomplete. There's a flag on the play up around the line of scrimmage. There was some bumping down around the goal line, which I thought could have gone for yet what I thought could have been an interference. But no, and the call is going to go against Ashland.
That should turn the ball over, Hudson Catholic ball.
It's a holding call, and yeah. I'm sure that they'll take the play and take the ball.
Jeff Silvetti was open.
He was.
Greg Carey overthrew it. That was a good play.
Well, come to find out, it would have come back anyway.
So Hudson Catholic has their first stop of the night.
Well, you know, you said they had to stiffen up, and they did after that fumble.
Yeah, it looked like the Clockers are going to roll in for that 3rd touchdown there, and all of a sudden, that
sack did it, and that was a nice play.
He came out of nowhere from
out of nowhere. McNulty did it, number 84.
Now it's up to Joe Liberty to see if he can get the offense going.
Now he's working from his own 22-yard line. And inside handoff, the ball is loose. And I believe that it's been fallen on by Ben Steinbach, number 76. So the play will actually go for a gain of a couple, so it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Ben is a giant, 6'5", 245. Ben Steinbeck, number 76.
Second and 8.
Hudson Catholic having all kinds of trouble holding on to the ball.
Yeah, it hasn't been their night for that. Again, the handoff, and wrapped up very quickly is number 44, Shea Donovan. So they're going to give back just a little, but it'll be third down and long. It'll be third and 7 or 8 yards to go.
Van Beek, Frisori, Small, and Mantle dominating the front line of Hudson Catholic right now.
Now the Clockers have got to be saying, don't give up that big one. Just stop them here.
The last few years, Clockers have been very susceptible to the big play.
They hand it off. Again, the ball is loose, and it's picked up by the quarterback, by La Liberty, but he's going to go nowhere. So it was an attempt at a handoff to Ivy, and he again dropped the ball.
It bounced all the way back to quarterback Joe La Liberty, who attempted to make something out of nothing and failed.
Well, the loss was 5 or 6 yards, so it'll be fourth down and about 14. Obvious kicking situation as Hatcher and Silvetti come back, and they're going to take the ball in, they would hope, right around midfield.
Unless something very strange happens, it'll be excellent field position for Ashland.
It would appear so.
With about 3.5 minutes left to go in the half, they'll have a good chance to move for another touchdown or a field goal.
Ivy's back to kick. Handles a snap, rides it out of there. It's a line drive. It's going to be handled by nobody yet. And Silvetti finally picks the ball up. Silvetti to the 25-yard line. Now there's a flag way over here down in front of us as Silvetti has run out of bounds down around the 25, but there's a flag.
You don't often see a punt return man pick up a bouncing ball like that and run with it. But Silvetti realized there was no one around him. There was no coverage there, so he just picked it up and picked up an additional 10, 12 yards.
And I think they're going to pick up another 10, 12 yards because I believe I saw the preliminary call, which looked like a clip.
Preliminary call is against Hudson Catholic.
A 15-yard walk-off, so it's some sort of a personal foul.
Jeez, this puts the ball, what's it, about the 15-yard line?
Yes, sir.
Well, they're bringing it all the way down to about the 13. First down, Ashland at the Hudson Catholic 13-yard line.
Whatever happened, it happened to Pandolfi because he was up here as the official picks his flag up back at the 42-yard line. And on the opposite, he was on the wrong side of the field from the play, and that's where the flag was.
A mile away from the ball.
At least.
Terrible.
So the Clockers again knocking on the door. Carey with it. Fakes the handoff, back to throw, complete to Bloggensteiner. Bloggensteiner turns it up and in, touchdown!
Never laid a hand on him, went in standing up, untouched. Brian Bloggensteiner from Greg Carey. Another perfect pass from Carey.
Greg Carey to Brian Bloggensteiner.
Carey's had 2 or 3 incompletions. But of that, only one that I recall that was badly thrown, and was right down here around the 30-yard line coming the other way when it was an overthrow. But that was a pretty play, a nice play fake that held the defense just long enough, and a well-constituted play down around the 13-yard line because, you know, they don't know that you're going to throw the ball.
Well, Greg Carey quarterbacked an undermanned JV freshman team last year, so he really had a baptism under fire quarterbacking that team.
Bloggensteiner for the point after, and it's up, and it's good. So with 3:12 left to go in the half, Ashland extends the lead to 21-0.
Carey showing a lot of poise in his first varsity start.
Around the board again with 3:12 left to go in the first half here at Walker Field. Walkers 21, Hudson Catholic 0.
Ashland has not had a lead like this in a long time. Over 4 years.
Yeah, like since the last Ice Age. It's been a while.
Best of my recollection, and I could be wrong, I think their last winning season was 1985. I know that was the last year that they beat Hopkinton. They'll be meeting at home this year on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, 4 years ago against Hopkinton, I recall the game was snowed out or rained out. It was made up the following Saturday, and it wound up in a tie.
Yeah.
It was the only game that the Clockers did not lose that year.
That was a great moral victory that year.
It really was. Okay, the line drive kick, and it's going to bounce down to LaLiberty. LaLiberty across the 25-yard line, and he's hit as he comes to about the 30.
Hudson Catholic will be playing Marion this year on Thanksgiving Day for the first time. Coach told me they haven't played on Thanksgiving Day in 25 years.
No kidding. Hudson Catholic, is that not the alma mater of our Lieutenant Governor? I believe it is.
Paul Salucci.
Yes, sir. Can't say that I see him in the stands here tonight, but
it's a very small school.
handoff to Donovan, I believe. Let's see. Shea Donovan on the carry, and he picked up almost 6, so it'll be second down and about 4.
You look on the sidelines tonight for Ashland, Paul, and you see 47 players in uniform. Last year, at the end of the season, they were down to about 26 players. 47 this year. The program is really growing.
Handoff again to Donovan. He drops the ball. Clockers have it. And I believe it's Pandolfi. Yes, indeed. 36, Craig Pandolfi.
I can't understand that one. The tackle was already made, and then he let it go. That's at least 3 fumble recoveries for Ashland tonight, maybe 4. A dejected Green Wave. They're down 21-0, 2:21 left in the half. And the Clockers are in Green Wave territory at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, they have the time and they have the means to put the ball in the end zone one more time. They come out, carry again on the option. This time he pitches. It's Silvetti trying to turn the corner. He does. He turns it upfield with the first down and finally is knocked out of bounds around the 34-yard line.
A perfectly run option by Greg Carey. Waited to just the last second before he got hit and pitched it to the speedster Silvetti.
Well, a well-run option will make the defense crazy, and we've seen that more than once.
Silvetti looking very comfortable carrying the football.
Carey looking more than comfortable handling the ball from center.
Silvetti was a wide receiver the last 3 years, and he's never really carried on the run until this year, until tonight. Looks very comfortable.
Sudmeyer and Porter the wideouts. Handoff this time to Pandolfi. Pandolfi rumbling again, and he takes it down to about the 23-yard line. And he's very close to a first down again. Let's see.
I'll give him about, it is a first down.
It's a first down.
Another first down for the Clockers. Gain of about 11 on the play.
Minute 29 left to go in the half. And a timeout has been called. Did not see who called it. I assume it was Ashland. It was.
23-yard line.
You can be sure that they'd like to notch another touchdown before the end of the half.
Sure would.
Timeout called by Hudson Catholic.
Clockers look to be much more the experienced team. They have about 11 players back this year who had experience as starters last year. And that's a lot. Ashland is also completely healthy. No injuries on the team this year. They've been practicing since August 24th. And finally getting their first action tonight.
Carey hands it off to Hatcher. Look at him go. Hatcher out to the 20-yard line, turns it upfield. Hatcher is going to take it in. Touchdown! Touchdown, Kevin Hatcher!
He turned that corner and turned on the Jets. And like all the backs, when they see that pylon in the corner of the end zone, they dive for it, because if you touch it, it's a touchdown.
Right.
Kevin Hatcher for the club.
His second touchdown of the night. What an addition this kid is to the team.
Oh. Brian Blogensteiner again to kick. Kick is up, and it's good. So with 1:20 left to go in the half, the Ashland lead is now 28-0.
Clockers have looked excellent on offense and defense.
Well, you were making a point on the line, and you know, that's where this game is played, is along the line. And if you can control that line of scrimmage from tackle to tackle, you're going to win a lot of games.
Well, you have a lot of juniors in the line, but they're juniors with a lot of experience because they were all starters last year.
Yeah, well, when you've got 27 guys on the team, they play.
That's right.
And they did. So they're experienced. They know what they're doing. And I don't think that they're going to look terribly undersized against a lot of clubs this year, as the linemen may have in the past.
That's right.
But you can be sure that that's exactly what's going through the Hudson team's mind, their collective mind right now, because they're just getting beat up on the line of scrimmage, and you know, once that starts, there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, you know, although Hudson Catholic is a Division VI school, they played in the Catholic Suburban League last year, and now they're in the that's dissolved. Now they're in the Catholic Small Central League this year. And generally speaking, it's a much weaker league than the Tri-Valley League. The Tri-Valley League is a tough league. Last year, Marion High School in Framingham was champions of the Catholic Small League. Ashland finished last place in the Tri-Valley League and beat them.
That's a live ball back to about the 5-yard line, and it was picked up by Liberty, and he's trying to take it outside, and finally he's going to be wrestled down, and I think it's Silvetti that got him.
They're pinned back.
It was Porter that got him. Okay.
Ricky Porter's seeing a lot of action. He's a sophomore. It's his third year on the team, but he's seeing his first real action this year.
They haven't thrown his way yet, but he's been he's been out on a lot of patterns so far, so he might see the ball yet tonight.
If this trend continues, I don't think you'll be seeing any more passing.
No, that's true.
Tonight. At least not by Ashland. Sack?
Sack.
No, up the middle.
It's, a neat fake. Now there's a flag down in the vicinity of the backfield, so we'll see.
An inadvertent face mask? Oh, it's way over there. Offsides against Ashland. Lined up in the neutral zone.
Must have been in the neutral zone.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think it's the length of the football, isn't it? Is that the neutral zone?
No, it's not wide. It's not a lot of area. They declined the penalty because the play carried for about 7, so it'll be 2nd down and 3. Now they've sent number 80, Dave Scarron, wide out on the right side. They've only thrown a couple of passes here tonight. Let's see if they have it in mind on this down. And no, they hand off, and instantly wrapped up is Shea Donovan.
Tony Frizzori had him instantly.
Frizzori got him. Yep.
Big number 55, Tony Frizzori.
So the play goes nowhere. It'll be 3rd down. Clock is running, under a half minute to go.
Let's see, 3rd down. I would guess they'll put one up here before the half runs out. Why not?
May as well take a shot at it, but though whatever wind there is now is in their face. They may not even get the playoff. Down to 4 seconds, 3, they do. And just a straight ahead play by the quarterback, LaLiberty, as the clock runs out. So no flags down. That'll be it for the first half. And at the end of the half, the score is Ashland 28, Hudson Catholic nothing.